and welcome everyone to our live show every Wednesday. Rosie says hi with her squeaky toy. Of course, she just started as we logged in. So she apparently wants to be part of the readings today.
Hello, Rosie.
Yes, hi, Rosie. Rosie is my little Chihuahua Terrier that I rescued from doggone Seattle, and she's quite the little personality. So, you know, my husband and I live in about a 700 square foot apartment. So there's not a real place we can put her where she can like run around and be crazy. So she just gets to do that here. So anyways, we hope you guys had a great week and that you're preparing for the holidays and staying safe and taking all the necessary precautions that, you know, wherever you're from is recommending. We are so glad that you're here. My name is Michelle Marie. I am the owner and operator of Astrological Tarot, and I am a tarot reader, Vedic and Western astrologer. And my website is astrologicaltarot.com.
And I'm Tanys Coughlan, and I am a Reiki master, Aqualead master. I work with crystals, crystal practitioner, and I'm also a Celtic Shamanic high priestess. I do a lot of channel work and intuitive healing, and my website is twillowlifestyle.ca.
Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you here. I'm Renata Zimmer of Readings by Renata. I am a medical intuitive, I'm a psychic medium, I'm also a counselor and a coach, and I incorporate all of those different things into my reading. So, welcome.
All right, thank you everyone for being here. Hi Kay, hi Kelly, good to see you ladies. Thanks for coming. So we already have a question. So are you guys good for just getting started?
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
So our first question is from Kay. Hey everyone, can I ask about 2022? Any good things coming? Oh, okay. I love the positivity behind your question. And I'm going to let Tanys start us off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it certainly looks like it. First card I got was the starting fresh card. Okay, so there's something that's starting. A wonderful new beginning is blossoming in my life, it says. And you're going to be called to action. So taking action is the other one, okay? So I enthusiastically embrace life's boundless possibilities. And the other one is to savor pleasure, okay? So I fully embrace bliss in my life. So what I would say is there is a change coming for you, and it is going to require you to take some action in order to have it come to fruition. And then you're just going to savor it. Like it's just going to be one of those things that is just going to come in. And you see this card, it's like full of all those things that we all love, right? Baths, wine, and roses. And I think, is there chocolate in there? Yeah, a couple of chocolates and music and candles. So, you know, all those things that we love to do when we're really doing a lot of self-care. So I embrace bliss in my life. So just as you go forward in the new year, know there's going to be something that's going to start fresh, but you will need to, you know, take some action on it to get it going. Make sure you're taking time for self-care over the course of the next month or so. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be a good change though. Okay. Looks great. You're on mute, hon.
Thanks, hon. I'm trying to get Rosie from that. Okay. Man I have in my life and wanting to marry life now. Oh, looking at getting married. Well, the card that I picked for you, Kay, from the self-care oracle, because I just felt drawn to that. And then Tanys mentioned self-care, of course. Was family. You're going to go through a lot of different changes in the way that you view family this year. I'm guessing that, you know, you may have had a very different experience with family in the past, and you're going to be going through some transformation regarding the way you see family and the way that you see not just your biological family, but your soul family. Okay, so, and like if you look at the card, look at the mother with the moon over her third eye embracing the child. It's a really beautiful Gaia inspired mothering type card. And I believe that the lessons that you learn in the next year are really going to help you be just a better family member to those around you as well. And then I asked for a little bit of, okay, so what about family is Kay going to be working on? And I got the shaman. How gorgeous is that card? And it's work on healing and empowering yourself. if you want to be useful to others on their own journey from suffering to healing. So you may have suffered from family members in the past. They might have caused you some pain. You might have had to transmute some of that pain. And in choosing to heal yourself first, you're going to be able to heal the new people that enter your life, which is a really beautiful thing. Okay. So let's see. Oh, my mother has COVID. I'm so sorry to hear that, Kay. Our prayers go out to her. I know that a lot of people are testing positive because of this new, more contagious variant. Luckily, studies are coming out that it is less deadly. So that's the silver lining in this cloud that we haven't come through yet. But our prayers are with your mom. Okay. All right. Let's see what Renata said.
Hi, Kay. First of all, so sorry about your mom. We're all kind of dealing with COVID-related issues. I'm dealing with it at work and, being exposed to it at work. And I work with a vulnerable population, so it's a constant issue. And I know Tanys is dealing with some of that as well. And yeah, it's kind of inescapable these days. Okay, so let's get to your cards. I feel like next year is going to bring some interesting things for you. First of all, I feel like you're going to connect more to nature. I don't know if my camera is focusing here, but yeah, I feel like you're going to connect. You're going to go out, get out into nature more. I feel like these are going to be like hikes, or you're going to be taking a lot of walks. And you're going to be just really feeling much more connected to nature, if that makes sense. I feel like next year is going to bring, I got the gift card. Okay, so it's going to feel like a gift, comparatively speaking, compared to this year, which I don't know if that's saying a lot, but it's definitely you're going to feel like you're on an upswing. Okay. And the message here is also present, honoring, and offering. So I feel it's very important for you to be more in the present and just enjoying the now. Mm-hmm. And I also got this card for you, Beyond the Mind. I feel like you're going to be stepping more into the spiritual. Mm-hmm. Are you guys seeing this on your end? Because my camera's kind of like in and out with the focus.
Yeah, it's going in and out.
Yeah, that's really
It's coming in though. Yeah.
If I get closer.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That's good.
So sorry about that. But yeah, so I feel like you're going to be stepping more into that spiritual territory. And then finally, I got this sharing your wisdom. And I feel like Michelle kind of drew some of this as well. But this is about you also like stepping into a little bit of an instructor almost role. And it doesn't necessarily have to be an official thing. But you're going to be, I think you're going to be realizing your own value more, and you're going to share some of your own experiences and some of your own wisdom, or at least you're going to feel like you legitimately have more value to offer, which is a great thing. So I feel like that's what's coming up for you, Kay. All right.
And if you'll permit me, I actually was called to pull a couple of cards for her mom. Okay, so just I asked what she needed. A good night's sleep. So she needs sleep. Easy does it. So taking care of herself and just taking it easy. And sobriety came up, which I saw your other thing, the addiction thing right after I pulled the card. So yes. Okay. So those are the things for her to work on so that she feels better. Okay. Thanks.
Michelle, you're on mute, honey.
Sorry. Kelly McKinney, I accidentally deleted your comment. Do you think you can say your comment again, please? I was getting rid of someone who came in and should not be here, and I accidentally deleted you after the screen refreshed. So please repost your question. That would be awesome. Okay, so in the meantime, Kay says, yes, she's struggling, and thank you. So I'm so glad that was helpful, Kay. All right. All right, so Jim James just messaged me and said, second question, so we'll do him next. Could you tell me if one of my longtime clients is going to leave, or can their questions be answered? Thanks. Okay. All right.
I feel like we skipped some.
Yes, Jim wrote 2, and I'm just doing the 1.
Oh.
So, yeah. Okay, and Kelly wrote back. Thanks, Kelly. Apologize for that. Okay. All right. Well, my cards are taking a little time, so I'm going to let Tanys go first.
Sure.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. So the first one I got was Archangel Uriel. So he's about emotional healing. So your emotions are healing, which enables you to open to greater love. I will help you release anger and unforgiveness from your heart and mind. So that tells me there's some unrest there, either for you or for him or both. It may be, I mean, most times, if it's a relationship thing like a client, it's often, two-sided there. Then I got the schooling and study. Okay. So schooling, study, and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you through this process. So there's some research that needs to be done. So I would say, though, that you need to visualize the end result that you want. Okay. So this one here is, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. So this feels to me like there's a sort of an unrest between you and the client. And it sounds like there are some answers if you do the research, but you're going to have to kind of work through the emotional aspect of it, either with them, and with you as well. I feel like there's a bit of both there. So some of this, sometimes we kind of get stuck in the situation and, sort of our ego part of us kind of gets in the way. And so we sort of have to step out of the way with the ego and kind of look at it from the bigger picture, right? So it's just, they're encouraging you to just do some forgiveness and some research. But be sure if you really do want this client too, right? Because they're saying, visualize what you want. So is that what you want? I would ask yourself that, write down that, and listen to your body and your heart, okay? Not just the head. Make the decision out of love. Okay, hope that's helpful.
Okay, as Tanys and Renata say, you can't make this stuff up. So the card that I got from the Wild Goddess Oracle is the Mermaid. And it's the number 4, which in my opinion is the Emperor in the standard major arcana. And it says, look below the surface of your emotional reactions to know what is really going on. And look for things that are not always what they seem. So what I'm getting here is the client is not really understanding what you do because it's beyond their perception. That's why they hired you. You're the expert. So making your the work that you're doing and the overall tasks you're completing as visual and to the point as possible. Have charts and graphs and things that they can understand and look at and see, oh, I understand that number. I understand that picture, so that they can see it and go, okay, that's what's going on. And try not to get emotional about it, because I have a feeling that this is kind of a bigger client. Like she's holding a shell and she's kind of gazing at it. This is something that she's longing for. Okay. But then again, you also have to realize that there are other shells down here to be picked up. So like Tanys said, really evaluate your relationship with this particular client and what you want to see moving forward. And then I got the 9th house, which is really interesting. The 9th house is the guru. Okay, so come at this person with the perception of a guru, because along with that popped out Mercury. That's communications and intellect. So use your intellect and your teaching. See, Rosie is in agreement. Your intellect and your ability to kind of teach the client what you're doing. Because what I'm feeling is like the mermaid, they can't really see what's going on below the surface when they're up on land. So take them for a ride below the surface of what you're doing and kind of coach them through it. Provide lots of visuals. Come at them from a very analytical perspective, a very Virgo perspective. Okay. And that's what I got. So I hope that was helpful, Jim James.
Hi, Jim. So, I mean, again, I have such a hard time not cackling here in the background, ladies. because I get such a kick out of it when we have so many similar messages coming through. But
I love Jim's comment. Did you see that before you start, Renata?
Yeah.
Can I get Rosie in on the conference call with the client?
Absolutely. Rosie's kind of leading the charge.
Yes.
So the first card, I don't know if you can see this, but the first card that I got for you is the Evolve card. So I might have to change my camera settings or something because.
There you go. It's good.
There we go. So this Evolve card to me is saying that it's actually a time for you to kind of move on to a next, to move on to a different level, move on to a higher level. And you may not necessarily be ready for it or even open to it, but it actually is time for you to do that. And the second card I got for you, I'm trying to see if there's anything of significance here in the imagery. So here, I mean, if you can see, this is like a wizard, okay? So I think that is significant for you because you're kind of a whiz at what you do.
Ooh.
Like the ladies were saying, you're an expert. Like Michelle was saying, you're an expert. And so you need to kind of just believe in the fact that you are as good as others have said you are. It's also a time for dreaming. And like the ladies were talking about, that visualization, the same kind of message here, okay? It's about you stepping fully into that vision and you know that you're capable. Vivid dreaming, dream messages, dream teaching. So this is not only about you stepping into your own kind of dream and your own vision, but this is about you carrying it over to others and teaching them. And like Michelle said, this client may not really be able to have that vision. And I feel like that's very on point because that's your job. They don't have that level of artistry when it comes to this kind of thing. That's exactly why you're there. So, goes right in line with the ladies were saying. And then again, communication, co-creation.
Oh my gosh.
You see that? Exactly. See, look at that. That's, this is exactly what the ladies were talking about as well. This is about being able to communicate more clearly. I feel like there's some kind of a block there where one of you, like the client is not really quite understanding, like Michelle said, what your vision is, what your intention is. They don't really quite understand where you're coming from. And you're kind of having a little bit of difficulty explaining because they just don't have that level of imagination or they're not that level of visionary as you are. So you may have to kind of just take a step back and take baby steps. All right. And just like draw that client a picture or two or several, it may require that. But I feel like we all have some pretty similar messages here. So I hope that was helpful, Jim.
That was awesome, and I could visualize what you were both saying too. I love it when that happens. It just resonates.
Yeah, I'm seeing like those Venn diagrams and Gantt charts a little bit. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you might really have to break it down sometimes.
Yeah.
Because when you're an expert, at something, it's like I kind of liken it to when I was in high school and I was like a professionally trained musician, but they didn't have the funding to have my instrument, so I had to start playing a different instrument, and I had to start from scratch. And it was so hard for me to do that because I'm like an expert musician at one instrument and a beginner at the other, and it was very, very painful. But sometimes you have to go back down to that level when you're an expert and everybody else isn't, and you really have to break it down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love that metaphor, Renata. That was excellent. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we hope that was helpful, Jim James. Have a wonderful holiday. Okay, so this is Kelly. Hey, Kelly, good to see you.
Hey, Kelly.
Do you see any changes in my finances, personal life coming? Thanks, ladies. Okay, so I love that you ended with a little flower emoji because I think you're a little psychic, Kelly. I picked the gardener. Okay, and she's got a big basket of flowers, just like you sent us flowers. So it basically what this card is telling you is to weed out any negativity and toxic thoughts to clear the way for new growth that is sure to come if you add habits to use to heal your life. Now, you can develop habits to heal your finances too. So what I suggest you do is, if you aren't making a spreadsheet every month already, that you do so, and you look at what you're spending in different areas of your life, and look at cutting where you can and adding where it would better serve you. For instance, if you find that you're spending more money going out to eat, you can then take some of that money and buy more like organic fruits and vegetables and cook at home. If you are spending money on, I don't know if it's safe in your area, like going and getting your hair done, maybe just getting that box of dye, we all do it, and doing it yourself at home once a month, so that you could add to another fund where you're at. I know a lot of us learned how to reorganize our finances during the pandemic because we either had a cut in finances or we were stuck indoors and a lot of services weren't made available to us. So taking the mentality of what is best for me and where do I need to spend money in those areas and what can I let go of, and kind of trimming back the weeds, trimming back the hedges to make room for those beautiful flowers to grow. So then I asked, what should be focused on? And I got Moon in the 11th house in the Montefibe's karma cards. Okay. Now the Moon represents your inner self, your intuitive self, your emotions, and your 11th house represents your tribe. Okay. So I feel like in your personal life, you are going to be attracting people who are emotionally in tune or in the same vibration as you this year. And that could be, especially given that the 11th house rules the virtual. So I suggest getting involved in various groups and activities where you feel like you feel a connection. You feel the same vibratory essence, and really connecting with those people of like emotional, intuitive minds, and connecting with them, because I think that's going to bring you a lot of success in 2022. It literally says, let your feelings tell you how to do it for the future. Okay, we're also having a major Uranus-Saturn square coming up on the 24th. And this is the final one, the final push at the end of the year. And that is going to cause a lot of, how do I say this? Chaos, but it's good chaos. The last time this happened was when the World Wide Web took off. And now we look at money and we look at the way we do things completely differently. So maybe looking into your portfolio with a new set of eyes, so that you can begin to invest for the future, as in the direction it's moving rather in the direction that it's in right now. Okay. I hope that was helpful.
Awesome. Hi, Kelly. So what I got was, we got some, growing motifs. So healing the past. Okay. So stepping into doing some of that healing work, step into my future with strength and clarity. Okay. So as you heal the past, I think that's going to help you with both finances and personal life. Okay. As far as personal life, it's actually saying spend time alone. Okay. In nature. I don't know if you guys can see that one. My camera doesn't like to. There we go. Spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. So for me, when I look at that, I feel like there's a past relationship that's affecting your relationships going forward. So there's some healing to be done on a past relationship that's going to help you with future ones. Okay, but you need to spend some time alone, look and do some of that healing work. I know I always talk about the Ho'oponopono, but I do feel that it would work in this particular case too. Really looking at that past relationship that gave you the wounding, I guess, is what I want to say, that is keeping your personal life sort of in that limbo state. As far as your finances, like I see you on top of the mountain here. It says standing firm, right? I'm noble, brave, and strong. So in terms of finances, I see that you're heading up to the top of that mountain, you see? And there's lots of light around him. And there's growth again at the side with these leaves here. Okay, so there's lots of growth around you. So I would say that the new year is going to be full of growth. Okay, and that they're recommending that you really get clear on what you're doing. I actually would recommend doing, like, what I'm seeing is like a vision board about what it is that you want. And you could do one for personal personal stuff, and you could do one for finances, or you could do an overall one. Either way, vision boards are a great way to sort of really cement in what you want to bring into your life, right? Because the more certain we can be about what we want to bring in, the easier it comes into us in terms of manifesting. Okay, and then healing will help to raise your vibe a little bit and get you up into the higher vibe to be able to manifest easier. Okay, so I hope that's helpful.
Hi, Kelly. Okay, so Tanys, thank you for that. Again, I feel like I've gotten, my cards are, very close in line with what the ladies had. So the first card I got was the self-care card. I feel it's really important for you to focus on self-care in the coming, after everything that we've been through, I think it's important for all of us to focus on some self-care. And so in terms of like the personal stuff, I think that you're going to see yourself flourish if you focus more on the self-care. And also I got this for your personal, regarding your personal question. Be willing to express love. As Tanys was saying, there's a little bit of stuff for you to work out from your past. And this is really about you. There's a little bit of a block there where you're having difficulty receiving love. So I think that you need to work a little bit on opening that up and allowing that love in. And so you're going to see some movement in that area if you're going to do that. And then in terms of your finances, I got a couple of things. I got the Spirit of Spring card, which you guys were, and you guys were talking about nature. So there is some connection there as well. Freedom, action, power. But I feel like this is a sign that things are going to grow and flourish in the next year for your finances. But you are going to have to step up and kind of meet it halfway. It's not just going to happen on its own. And also I got this Tree of Souls card for you because I feel like it's important for you to have a community, a supportive community around you when it comes to that financial growth. And personal too. Like you need people who are going to be supportive of where you're trying to go. So I would recommend you might need to make a few new connections because you kind of want to have people around you who are moving in the direction where you're trying to move as well. I think it's important for you. So I think that's the significance of that card. It says collective wisdom, kinship group, library. So like your knowledge in the next year will be coming from kind of like that new, I think you're going to have several new people in your life. And I think that a lot of that knowledge is going to be really important for that financial growth and personal growth. Okay, Kelly?
Oh, that's amazing, Renata. I love that we almost got the same card. You see the woman with the bird?
Oh, yeah.
And you got the woman with the bird. And then Tanys got, spend time in nature. Yes. And it was the angel spending time in nature. So, yeah, that's definitely a reoccurring
They have wings,
theme.
Too. They have wings, too.
Yes, they do. I call birds my gift from the angels. So I always see them as highly auspicious and beautiful signs. So look for those birds, Kelly, and they're trying.
The birds have been talking a lot lately. They've been very chatty lately. Everywhere I go, like I just went out today, and like this whole month especially, I've noticed they've been very, very chatty with each other a lot.
Well, they're wondering what's going on too, right? We've got the spikes. We've had some solar storms and stuff. So the spikes in the Schumann resonance, they're going to feel that too, right? Animals are just as sensitive, if not more, than we are.
Oh, so yes, they're definitely more. Yeah,
they feel that stuff for sure. So they're like, "What's going on, Joe?" I don't know, Fred. So yeah,
exactly. That's exactly what it is. Yes.
Yes, I always talk to the crows that visit me. So because I'm going through Saturn Dasha, I'm like, Jai Shani, eat some food, because one of the remedies for appeasing Saturn is to feed crows. And so when they eat the food, I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Okay.
It's okay. You fed them, so you did your part.
Yes. Okay, so we hope that was helpful, Kelly, and have a happy holiday. All right. Our next question is from Ghost. Love your name. And hey, could I ask what I can expect between me and G, the Virgo I'm inquiring about? Oh, we've got another Virgo in the room. That's Renata.
Oh.
moving into a new year. Thank you. Okay, so I did pull a relationship card for you, and I got the sun. So that's very good, Ghost. Okay, the sun heralds a time of happiness. And the sunflowers here with the little children in them, they symbolize growth, and the walled garden indicates kind of protection from the world. So this is like paradise found, and it's almost like a sanctuary of innocence where you can let your inner child free. That's a really beautiful place to be in a relationship. And where children play, ideas come to fruition. So also the sun's element is fire, so you might be bringing a little bit of fire into this relationship, or their moon might be in a fire sign. But one of you is bringing in a lot of warmth and light, and that is going to bring a lot of strength and success in your relationship. Okay, so just look forward to a spell of sunshine, time of deserved success. Look at this as a time of carefree innocence, and rediscover your youth. Have fun with this person. I have a feeling that even though they're a Virgo, there's a part of them that kind of wants to let loose a little. Okay.
Even though they're a Virgo. Yeah. It's okay.
No offense.
I know it's the opposite of Virgo, but they do have a childlike innocence to them too. It just takes a little bit to yeah. And if it's just enjoy this togetherness that you have. So then I asked the karma cards for a little bit of extra oomph, and I got Libra, which is relationships. So you're going to be finding balance in your relationship with this person. That's what the scales represent. And it literally says do it with your partner. So in the next, year or so, or however long you're going to be in this relationship, I would definitely just work on having fun, being youthful, and not taking things too seriously. And I think that will help you find the balance that you need moving forward. Okay. And let's see. A lot of cooperation is going to be taking place too. And you're going to learn a lot about yourself and how you interact as a couple rather than just as one person. Okay.
You can't make this stuff up, I'm telling you. All right. So the first one I did relationship cards again. And the first one I got was flirt.
Ooh.
So extend your lighthearted energy to others. Okay. So that's that childlike playfulness that Michelle was talking about. And it is about the two of you because it's actually true love.
Oh.
So it's a beautiful one. This is a romance of a lifetime. I don't know if you have children or whether you're planning to, but I do see a child there. So that is involved, either that or that's talking about your childlike innocence in the relationship. Okay. That playfulness that Michelle was talking about, because really you are manifesting your dreams. My dreams are coming true. So definitely a very good relationship. It looks very, so this would be like very abundant, very prosperous. Michelle, when she was talking about the fire in the relationship, I was getting passion. So I think it's going to be a fairly passionate one. And I think that may be where some of that play is coming from, just saying. And there's a lot of red in this card as well, that true love card. Lots of red, and you see it's around her like sacral chakra, and so passion and all. So yeah, so
and
enjoy.
The sun also represents pregnancy. So prepare. If you want children, then you're good to go. But
yeah, because there's abundance, and that could be seen as representative of that as well, right? With the abundance coming out, all that. Yeah. Anyway, it looks like a beautiful relationship. Have fun.
Okay, Ghost. So this is the first card that I pulled for you. The endurance card. It says keep going. So this is just more encouragement for you to continue to, put your energy into this relationship. And I don't know, if we've ever had such consensus on yes before. So it's kind of a rarity. I got this card for you as well. It says, It says, love who you are. So I think that it's important for you while you are engaged in this relationship, so to speak, to not just love the other person, but also love yourself, because when you love yourself, you're able to give a lot more. So I think that that's a really important part there. I also feel like, and again, like the ladies were saying, so this is also about you. There's a lesson in this for you. So this is about you being vulnerable, learning how to be truly vulnerable and open and kind of let all those walls down. And if you see, like I think this is a dragon, right? And there are crystals there and lotus flowers. So I just kind of like the imagery a lot. You can see that. But this is about you letting down a lot of those walls. And like the ladies were saying, this is about you playfully expressing yourself. Okay? So this is about you truly enjoying that relationship and just fully indulging in it. You see the imagery here. This lady has butterfly wings, and she's just really kind of just having a great time. Yeah, having a great time. Oh, it is a fairy. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Well, it's funny because this whole deck is kind of done in that style, but
yeah,
it's a little bit abstract. But yeah, it's just about you being light and airy, and like fully indulging in the joy. Okay, Ghost.
All right. I just love how all of our readings connected with that childlike joy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a little bit of a sad one.
Yeah.
This is Jennifer. Jennifer, first off, condolences to you. I'm so glad you have your tribe with you. Okay. You were right last week about meeting my tribe. My daughter has been hospitalized because of a mass they found in her abdomen that is over a foot long. Can you tell me what the next week will look like? Oh, okay, Jennifer, again, our hearts and our prayers go out to you. And I will include your daughter in my daily mantras, and pray for healing for her. But I do have good news for you, okay? Because the first card that I picked was the Wheel of Fortune. This is a very good card to get for healing, okay?
Ooh, and I got chills on it as you said it. Sorry,
me too.
Confirmation, so it's good.
Tanys, I got chills on it as you started saying before you said the word chills. So
yeah.
There you go. There you go. So the wheel symbolizes fate and the flux of the universe. And this is the cosmic wheel. It represents the earth. And here the four creatures of Revelation represent, the eagle, the angel, the lion, and the bull. And this indicates success. It indicates healing. This is very good. Now the upper arc represents the light of consciousness. Okay. So while the dark undersign represents the subconscious, what we're not really seeing on the outside. And these two halves are what make us human. So when the wheel turns, the whole destiny of your daughter is at work, okay? Because I was asking about her, because obviously that's the main issue. So you're going to see a sudden shift in her health, okay? This is a positive card, so you're going to be happy about this shift. And that a quirk of fate is going to basically intervene on her behalf and take place in her healing, okay? And then I asked the karma cards for what that's going to look like. And this tells me that she has all of the resources that she needs to heal. You've got the right people in her life on her medical journey with her that are going to get her through this process. Okay. So I see an upturn, which is good. And I'm really glad that I got some good cards because I know you really, really need that right now. Okay, so all my love to you, Jennifer, and blessings to your daughter. Okay.
Hi, Jennifer. First thing that I would say is a good thing is I have an itchy, what is this, my right, which is your releasing hand, my releasing hand. And I know it probably looks reversed on here, but it's my right hand. So it's about releasing. So I really think that she'll be able to release this is what's coming to me. And so I asked about that specifically, and I got Archangel Michael. He says, I am here with you, giving you the courage to make life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. So I feel like this experience is part of your journey as well as hers. And that there's something that you guys will be, it's going to be a positive outcome because of these cards that I have that are coming. But there's something about this journey that's actually going to change a little bit of your course on your life journey as well. Okay. And I don't think it's for bad. I think it's for the better, but I think you're going to learn something in here that's really going to change how you view things. Okay. And I have here forgiveness heals. Okay. So dear God and Archangel Raphael, I'm willing to forgive myself and others in exchange for what I really want, peace and health. And so sometimes forgiveness is on the situation. So even if it's not about a specific person in this case, sometimes we need to do some healing work on the situation itself. We need to forgive the situation because the more we can be in flow with it, the easier it'll be to release the situation. Okay. And just allow it to evolve in the way that it needs to. But again, I do have positive cards because I got a sunlight card here. So that sun is always about, positivity and stuff. And so making sure that you get enough sunlight as well. But sunlight to me, see, that's like an angel on there. Lots of oranges in there. So keep your vitamin C high. It's going to help you to fight off stuff because you'll be in the hospital and stuff with her. So keep your vitamin C high, please. But sunlight card is really definitely a positive thing. So I do feel that it's a positive result in the end. But it is, encouraging you to make sure you're taking care of yourself too. Okay. So yoga, exercise, make sure you're doing that, taking care of yourself. They're going to be essential for your well-being and peace of mind right now. Okay. So, so overall, that's what I see. Don't worry. Call in Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael. And again, the Ho'oponopono is key. So look that up. If you need help with that, please let me know. I can send you the wording for it. I'm on Facebook. You can find me there. And my heart goes out to you too. We'll put her in our healing stuff, healing mantras. Lots of love.
Thank you, Tanys. Okay, so I also got some really positive cards for you, Jennifer. Okay, the first card that I got for you is Tending the Future. So this is telling me that although I always like to talk about being in the present, but there is a future to tend to. Okay, so there is stuff that's going to be coming up that you guys are going to be working on together, that she's going to have projects and goals and things going on. Okay, so that's definitely a positive, and she's going to be up to actually doing that. There's a bird in this imagery as well, and some flowers, and I feel like that's just, I don't know, I guess a recurring theme today. I also got this Believe card. Okay, so I feel like you just have to kind of have faith. I also feel very much like I actually drew a different card that had the gift on it, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I want to get another card, but I think it's actually pertinent to you too, because like Tanys was saying, this is a transformative experience for both of you. So you guys are both going to grow through this experience. Okay, as difficult and as challenging as it feels, but that those really challenging experiences are what give us that biggest growth. Okay, and this Believe card also has lots of nature and butterflies, and there is like a bird here, and there are lots of flowers. So I feel like things are going to be really it's a lot of healing, a lot of nature. I feel like it's good for both of you to get into nature as well. That's another recurring theme today. And also I got this Strength card, like the oak. Okay, ancient oak spirit, strength. I feel like you guys really need to remember to give yourselves credit for your strengths. You've been through a lot, and you can get through this too. Okay, Jennifer, just believe, have faith. You have the angels, you have spirit on your side. You have a good support system, I feel like. And yeah, I feel like all three of us got some really good positive cards. So our heart goes out to you.
Yes, blessings to you and your daughter, Jennifer. All right, we hope you have a wonderful holiday, and I'm so glad that your tribe is with you. Lean on them. And what I'm getting is you might not have the energy to do certain things that you normally do. So enlist those people to help you fill in the gaps. Okay?
Absolutely. Ask for help.
Yes. Don't be afraid to ask for help. That's why they're there. That's why they're in your life right now.
Yeah.
Not just for emotional support. Yeah. Go ahead.
Michelle, can we mention our little tip jar thing?
Yes. Okay. So as you notice up in the corner over here, it says tips get priority. Okay. So if you want your question asked ahead of the line and you leave a tip, I'm going to get a little ding over here in my mailbox that's going to let me know that you've tipped, and or you can just say it here in the chat and we will get to your question ahead of the line. Okay. That's how it works. All right. So our next question is from Holly. May I have a message for my birthday, please? Happy birthday, Holly. All right. So while the gals were going, the first two cards that I got out of the karma cards, you got 4, by the way, so I'm going to make this quick, was the third house of communications. Okay. You see a telephone there and a pen. Okay. And then Scorpio. Okay. Now, what this tells me is you're going to see a lot of transmutation in the way that you are communicating this year. You are going to, it literally says, get your ideas going and look at and control the situation. So it's also about making the right connections and doing so with the extraordinary power of prayer. So I feel like your abilities to pray on a higher vibratory level are going to increase during this particular year of your birth. Okay. I'm also feeling that you're going to go through a transmutation in the way that you communicate both on the terrestrial and in the spiritual spheres, because Scorpio represents major transformation. Okay. And communication represents the throat chakra. This also means that you might be telling truths that have been long buried, that you let go and you let out. And that will free you toward that Phoenix moment where you're able to expand your prayer life into a higher vibratory essence because you've let go of the block. Okay, that just came in. All right. And then the second thing I got was Virgo in the 4th house. This is all about securing your base. So Virgo, it says, do what you must do to do what makes you feel secure. Okay, so whether you're thinking about moving or doing some repairs to your home, or maybe looking at the model number of your fridge and seeing how old it is so that you can prepare for a possible break. We do have a Saturn-Uranus square that's taking place right now. And the number one thing I'm getting from clients is that their appliances are breaking, their houses are breaking down. There's a lot of things like anything from like a plate to a picture frame to a refrigerator and to, just name it.
Faucets.
It's happened. Faucets. Yeah. So, and this is several people that are going through this. I know one woman in Alaska that her entire basement just flooded. So it's just good to do those things around the home to prevent disasters from happening. Like if you notice that your fridge is getting a little warm, address it then. Don't wait for the whole thing to shut down. So if there's something going on in your house, take the necessary steps to protect yourself and your family and your home from further damage. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you this year. I hope that was helpful, Holly. Happy birthday. And you're a Capricorn, so you'll understand everything. You're just, you're a planner.
Tanys, you're on mute, sweetie.
Hi, Holly. This is that throat thing. I'm kind of, so it's coming through. Yes. So I have, when you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, sea salt bath, or pedicure. So that sounds like a great thing to do on your birthday. So take care of yourself today because you're going to be flying free this year. So as Michelle was saying, very much that flying free. She talked about the Phoenix moment. This is very much like that Phoenix moment, right? With the bird flying above and really taking off. Okay, so it's going to be a great year. So please expect miracles because those will be coming. And you can see on either side the hands there. There lots of growth. And it's around the light and love. So I would say that's definitely spiritual growth. We've got a lotus here. So that's often about that. I could actually see that what I'm feeling is that you might be taking on some, I don't know whether you're in healing, but I feel as though there's some healing work that you're going to be either doing or giving to others. I almost feel like you've got something, like you're going to be doing some Reiki on others. So I don't know whether that's something you've thought about, but if it hasn't, I would. You'll either be doing it or you'll be receiving it this year. So expecting miracles, okay? Because that's really going to bring a lot of love. There's so much pink in that card. So love and growth, and you're going to manifest dreams. Okay, so you're manifesting your dreams, lots of abundance. And then I felt like I wanted a bit of confirmation on that, and I got the Omega, which is victory. So your desire coming to fruition, keep up the good work. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be an awesome year for you. Just have fun, enjoy your massage and your salt bath, because you're going to be fine. Awesome.
Love it.
I love that, Tanys. All right, Holly. Again, I got some very, very similar cards. I got this Dancing in the Rainbow card, which keeps going in and out. But the message here is really pertinent. It says, break free from whatever you feel is holding you back. Express happiness. Find out what you truly desire. So again, like ladies were talking about, this upcoming year is about you breaking free. This is about you truly like connecting to your own desires, and I feel like as we get older, we've learned to do that more and more. So that's the direction that you're moving in. It's interesting because I'm not sure if you're in a relationship or if this is not necessarily a romantic thing, but I feel like there's someone in your life or will be coming into your life that it's encouraging you to get to know. So this is a time for you to really get to know this person. And it says, learn to meet another's need for love. So I feel like you're going to actually be stepping up in that regard and just really kind of up-leveling. And I mean, I guess this is kind of a romantic thing, and I am picking up on something like that. So this is a lesson for you, though. This is about you learning to open up in a new way. And like the ladies were talking about, I got the sacral chakra card for you. And this is really about core of creation. So like Michelle was talking about, this is about you stepping into, kind of this foundational, just creativity. This is going to be a really good year for you.
The phoenix. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a snake and there are wings in the background. So, but I think the wings represent that, because there's also a sun up there.
And the snake is in the infinity symbol. So
Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
It is in the karma card that I put up too. Yeah, you go from the snake to the eagle to the phoenix and Scorpio.
Yeah, that's you guys. We get such a kick out of this. And also, finally, this actually came out with that card. But this is also about you finding balance. Balance forces. This is about you finding a new balance. And again, there are wings in that imagery there. But this is going to be quite an interesting year for you, Holly. And as Tanys was talking about, I feel like you do things with your hands. I don't know if you do like massage work or Reiki, like Tanys was saying, but I do feel like you have a gift there. I don't know if you've discovered it yet, but hope that was helpful.
Awesome.
And I got the third house with Scorpio, and the third house is Gemini, which rules the hands. So there you go.
Perfect.
All right, Holly, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
All right. Our next question's from Karen. Yay!
Karen! I hope she's still there.
Yes. Hi, ladies. Can you please pull cards for my younger daughter? She just turned 20. Now, Karen doesn't have her show today, so she's probably still on with us. Okay, so I did pull some cards for you, Karen. I'm guessing this is Taylor, because Skylar's the older daughter. Okay, I'm making sure I get the name right, because I get the Okay, so the first one I got was, we were just talking about this, the third house. So the way that Taylor uses her throat chakra, communicates with the world, is going to be really, it's going to just go in a major transformational way, because I got Pluto. Okay, this is death, rebirth, and transformation. There might be some power struggles here that she's going to have to push through by using her throat chakra. And I said, where are these power struggles coming from in her life? And I got the 11th house of finding your tribe. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I feel like her circle of friends, the people that she's in and around, has completely changed in the last year. And that her associations, her circle of friends, and the way that she communicates with them, there might be some power struggles there. There might be a little bit of drama. But if she uses her throat chakra, which Spirit just said she's really funny. Like, she has a really good sense of humor. So she's able to kind of change a really tense situation by adding like something punny or funny, or kind of a little punchline or something. That's what I'm getting from her. So she'll be able to handle this, but there will be some power struggles that are going to cause some issues. And so I basically asked, why is she going through this major change? Because when you get Pluto in a reading, it's like, okay, you put everything down and pay attention. I got a really intense card. I got the Shaman. Okay, you see the lightning behind her. She's on her vision quest. Okay, and what Taylor is going to be working on this year is working on healing and empowering herself, and she's going to be doing it through her throat chakra. It's going to basically change for the better. It's going to transmute into something on a higher vibration. And she's going to be useful to others on their own journey of suffering and healing moving forward, because she's not only learning to advocate for herself, she's going to advocate for other people, which is a really beautiful thing. So, yeah, you've got a strong daughter, Karen, and I'm really excited for her next year, and give her our love and wish her a happy birthday for us.
Hi, Karen. So I got some cool cards, very similar to Michelle in their message. So we have mending bridges, and it says, I heal rifts, I am a mender. So that's very much about that speaking the truth, working through the drama, helping to balance that out, right? She bridges the difference between friends. I feel like she's like that mediator kind of person, right? And that would definitely be as well, like what Michelle was saying about how she comes out with those little quips that lighten the load for people. I definitely feel that would fall under this as well.
It's an icebreaker of sorts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure. So I think that's there's definitely a change there. You see the seasons are kind of changing in that picture too. And the bridge is also about transitions, right? About changes. And so the next one I got was renewing your life. Radiant vitality is filling my life. So she's getting rid of clutter. And I think this is mental, emotional clutter as opposed to physical clutter. Although I do feel that she may be considering moving out. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but I'm feeling like there is some renewal of her life, like a big change that's coming up, because I also got the launching your journey. Mm-hmm. So launching your journey is really, I feel this is about like more of a spiritual journey. When I saw it, that it's about stepping into that sort of healing spiritual journey, and that's what she's working on. But I also asked, like, what is she going to be focusing on? And I saw nutrition. So I don't know if that's something that she is interested in. If it's not something she's looking at in terms of her life purpose, then I feel that it may be a focus for the next year. And she's also going to do some writing. So I feel like I'm actually seeing like journaling for her is going to help her on this spiritual journey that she's embarking on. Okay. So that's really going to help bring her through all of that in terms of the next year. Okay. Hope that's helpful.
Hi, Karen. Happy birthday to Taylor. And okay, so here are the cards that I got for her. Also, perhaps not identical, but in line with what the ladies were getting. So there is this wisdom card. I know you can't probably see the bottom, but this tells me that she's going to be stepping into doing some kind of, either she's going to be teaching or just sharing her wisdom in general. But I feel like, man, you've got some really powerful and like gifted daughters. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I feel like she's going to be stepping more into that, sharing. And I don't know if she's looking into being a teacher but there's something along that line, and I know that you are one, and so it would make sense that she would be interested in that. But the next card that I got for her is this one, and this is a really, really amazing card. This is Radical Expansion. Okay, so I feel like this is a time for her to really grow, like the ladies were talking about. This is a time for her to really be transforming. Okay, there's this beautiful white dragon, and you know, she'll really be stepping into something new and really wonderful. There are a lot of, I feel like this dragon, it sort of has wings, but they're kind of made of crystals. So I feel like she has a connection to crystals as well. I also, this is a really interesting card that I got for her. I got this Memories of the Forgotten Self. So there's a lot of stuff she does in her dreams as well, but I feel like some of the stuff that's coming through now is from her past lives. Okay, so she will be connecting more to her past lives, and I feel like she dreams about it. She may not necessarily remember it, but she will be connecting more to that as she's growing and maturing and getting older. Okay, she's stepping into exactly what she's meant to step into. And finally, I got this Temple of Dreams card. You know, again, this is just about growth and transformation. It's this really beautiful light temple with the night sky behind it. And it says Sacred Dreams, Prophecies, Dream Journeys. So again, I'm getting like more of that dream stuff. She does stuff in her dreams. Mm-hmm. She makes there's a lot of growth going on in her dreams. And then like this life on this plane will follow. Okay, she has a really bright future ahead too. Like I'm just reading intuitively. She's got stuff that's going to happen in the next, I'm going to say 3 to 4 years. That's going to happen for her. There's going to be a lot of growth there. She's going to be stepping into some new things. And she's also another, we like to say, multi-potentialite, where she's going to be kind of juggling several different things. She's going to have some projects going on. You know, I feel like she's going to be working on a number of different things. All right, Karen, hope that was helpful.
And Tanys says you had like the moving boxes. I had an image of her putting stuff in a box. So yeah, that's just something that popped into my head.
Something about boxes, for sure.
Yeah, something about boxes. Yeah, that card just like struck me, and then I got the image. So, and Karen says, yes, like her dad, I'm guessing her sense of humor. She's the glue in our family. That card looks like her, Tanys. So one of the cards that you held
the
up.
mending fences, mending bridges. Yeah.
Perfect. And she says, beautiful images on all your cards. Love this. Yes, she's definitely opening up to new possibilities for herself. She gives so much to others, but time for herself. So we're glad to hear that. And we're hopeful we hope that helped, Karen.
Michelle, right before you were talking, you read that last message, and you said that you had that imagery of her with the boxes. Mm-hmm. I actually had, I think of it as a flashback, even though it's like the future, but as we know, time is all happening all at once. Mm-hmm. But I feel like she will be actually putting some donations away in those boxes, and she will be donating some things. So that'll be, I feel like that's going to be the purpose of the boxes.
I'm seeing it like, like it's her younger stuff. She's giving away like some of the childhood stuff as she's stepping into adulthood is what it feels like for me.
I think she's going to actually run some sort of a donation drive even. She's going to take it a step further. So
cool.
Wow, cool. That's great. Okay, well, thank you so much, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Awesome.
We love you.
We love you.
Love you.
Big hearts. Big hearts from us. Okay, so Kelly McKinney says you're also accurate when you do a reading for me. Thank you. I really appreciate you, ladies. We really appreciate you, Kelly.
Thank
and then
you.
Linda. Hey, Linda. She was on Grateful Goddesses, sending you all zesty hugs. Good to see you, Linda. And then
zesty hugs right back to you.
Yeah. She wrote an amazing book. You should check her out. She's a great author, and she's just an amazing human being. Okay. And then it's Rachel Barber's birthday. Happy birthday. Happy solar return, Rachel. Yay, Capricorn. And I love that you're on a cusp. I think that's so wonderful.
I love Capricorn.
So can you do a birthday reading for me? General year cards. Okay, so the karma cards really came out, and I figured a Farber made the cards, so I'm going to go with those. Okay. So the first card I got was Virgo. Virgo represents the serving of others. Okay. It's about kind of protecting yourself, putting your needs first. It's also a health card. Okay. So really focusing on your health this year. And a great way to address any anxiety you're feeling is to serve others so that your mind's not on you. That's what I got. Okay. And I get that you really shine in this area because then I got the sun. And the sun is how you shine in the world. It's the ego, not the super ego, the ego. And it's kind of what you came here to do. Okay. So I've got sun and I've got Virgo. So, you know, just look. Oh, also avoid perfectionism here. Okay. That just popped in. So don't worry about being perfect. Just go with the flow, serve others. Don't let that kind of creep in and cause you any anxiety because you're a very talented and beautiful person. Okay. And Virgo also represents the time of year where the animals are tended to and protected as well. And yeah, so that's another thing. And then I got Gemini and Pisces. Okay. So Geminis are all about communications. Okay. All about finding their place in their smaller communities. So learning to find your voice and your place in the community in which you find yourself is going to be really big for you this year. And I think it's going to help a lot with your healing that we just mentioned and the service that you plan to do for others. Okay. Don't be afraid to communicate what you want and continue to communicate your needs. Okay. Because then I got Pisces, and Pisces is highly, highly spiritual. It represents your dreams. It represents your, again, your spirituality and trusting your psychic knowledge and moving forward, going with that, those messages that you get that can't necessarily be seen in the terrestrial realms. Okay. So learning to tap into that part of yourself. Okay. And then I asked the Wild Goddess Oracle and I got the Yogini. So this is what you're developing this year. And that kind of goes along with the Pisces energy that I got in the last card. So there are a lot of unseen energies around you. And I got this image of, you know, an infinity just kind of surrounding you. Okay. It's to sustain and empower you during this transition in your life and let you know that, you know, you are an inseparable part of the unseen realms. And you can tap into that knowledge. And if you've been feeling a little bit of confusion, doing some yoga, doing some breathing exercises, again, like I said, maintaining your health and things like that are really going to help you move forward into those more psychic realms. Okay. Happy birthday, Rachel. I hope that was helpful.
Happy birthday, Rachel. Yes, definitely. You are busy in the other realms. I have one of your guides standing here. And he's like, tell her she's doing great work and keep at it, is what he's saying. So you're doing great work. Keep at it. And the first card I got was, you are flying high right now, which may threaten others. Do not descend, because others will soon become inspired by your example. So some of the service that you're doing is going to inspire others to do something for others as well, which is like, it's like a snowball. I'm seeing like a snowball going down a hill. And so really seeing that whatever it is that you're, the project that you're starting for the next year, it's going to like really snowball into something really beautiful. So just believe in magic. Okay. So true magic is abound in my life. So you are magical. You are creating magic. You are an alchemist. I'm actually seeing Merlin. So work with Merlin. Okay. If you call him in, he's going to help you to alchemize some of those things that are going on for you. And then you can just expect miracles. Okay. So those are beautiful cards coming through. Of course, you've got the Lotus here. This has been out a couple of times tonight. Very interesting. I am shuffling, I promise. So we've got growth again, right, on either side. This is, again, very much a spiritual card. Tapping in this, for you, this is coming through as like the heart space. So really tapping into that heart space. And of course, the Lotus is all about that spiritual growth, right? And I feel that when you do that, you're actually going to be cultivating prosperity. So I think you're going to have a really prosperous year. I feel like you've already planted those seeds because you'll see they're starting to grow there. So over the course of the year, this is just going to grow. And really just expect miracles. You're magical, so tap into that magic, right? And yeah, and work with Merlin. He's like wanting to work with you. So call him in.
Over here.
He's like, yeah, he's one of the ones talking to me. I work with him a lot, and so he's I think he's the one that was giving you the message, because he really is anxious to work with you. Okay, so tap into that.
Beautiful, Tanys. Hi, Rachel. Happy birthday. Okay, so how perfect is this card? This is the first card that I got for you. It says healing the earth.
Beautiful.
Okay, and the message underneath is love, humility, respect. But I think there's a lot more than that. I mean, you're such a good soul. You've got such a good heart. But I feel like you do so much to heal just everyone around you. And again, you don't necessarily remember to give yourself credit for that. And I got this receptivity card, which, by the way, I know we're drawing a lot of like earth related cards, but I always feel with you like the mermaid energy is very strong, like me. I feel very much like that mermaid. There's some connection between the mermaid energy and like being that multi-potentialite and like juggling a lot of different gifts. I feel like I don't know why, but there's some sort of connection there. But I always feel like you have that mermaid energy, like past life stuff, other realm stuff. You have very strong connection to it. I don't know if you realize that, but that receptivity is talking about allow yourself to receive. Okay, I know that's an area that's a little bit difficult. Allow yourself. See, you give pretty freely, but the reception part it's a little bit challenging for you. I also got this replacing what was lost starfish card. And the message is you now have the opportunity to rejuvenate and start anew, create with a new perspective or outlook. This card may also indicate abundance is on the horizon. So it's a very good card for you. And I know that you've been trying to kind of figure out which direction to go in. This is very good, like a new building of the new, creating of the new, that abundance energy. I'm feeling that very much for you, Rachel. I also got this solar plexus chakra card for you. And I feel like it would really help you to build that up a little bit more. That's been an area of weakness. And that's been my area of weakness too. But it's talking about radiant illumination. And when you build that up, like Tanys was saying, you're going to shine really, really bright. Don't be afraid to step into that. That is where you're meant to be. Okay. I also got this, this kind of fell out for you, but it's this, these cards, you can never see what it says, but it says delight. It's a bird and it says delight.
Beautiful.
So don't forget to feel that joy. That's another recurring theme for us tonight, is that we have to remember to really enjoy. We're here to enjoy our lives. We're not just here to learn lessons. We're here to like fully enjoy them as well. So don't forget to do that, Rachel. Okay. Hope that was helpful. Happy birthday.
Merlin he wants me to bring your attention to crystal wands. So these are ones that I have on my desk, but there's something about crystal wands for you. Okay. So just feel into the crystal wands. There may be one out there that you're meant to get. Okay. I really feel that there's some crystal wand work that you're going to want to do. So feel into that, please. Okay.
Strong connection to like the earth elements and crystals and water. I don't know. It's a combination of things. But Michelle?
Yeah, Atlantis is coming up for me too.
Yes, very much so. Michelle, I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. You mentioned the solar plexus, Renata. So citrine might be a good wand for you because that kind of helps with that warrior energy. So, okay. And I know that you're a warrior, so you're in the army. All right. So happy birthday, Rachel. Thank you so much for coming. We hope you have an awesome day. All right. So let's go on to our next question. Let me see. Oh, she goes, my dream was about seals recently. This is from Rachel. I can grow a new arm. I don't know what that means.
Starfish.
Starfish. Oh, got it.
Oh,
Okay, got it.
yes.
Oh, interesting. Yes, I have issues with self-confidence. Citrine is good.
And the solar plexus, when you have issues with self-confidence, very
Mhm.
connected to that. So, yep.
And she says, I love citrine. Thanks. I'll look for it. And I'm a warrior of music. You are a warrior of music. That's awesome, Rachel.
And of many other things too.
Pied
Yes.
Piper. I'm seeing the Pied Piper. So you're going to be
Oh.
leading things with your music, right?
Mhm.
Making it, bringing people direction.
Well, she's leading an
That'll-
army with her music. So
There you go.
It'll take a few, I feel like it'll take a few years for that to like really, for you to really start developing that and step into it more fully, because it'll take a while for you to build up that solar plexus. You're going to have to really acknowledge that you are gifted and that you
Mhm.
are capable. And it'll probably be getting like 3-4 years or so, something like
Okay.
that.
Mm,
You're full of magic, Rachel.
You are.
Just ask Merlin.
there you go.
Ascended Master.
Mhm.
Okay, so Rita Bella, I love your name, Rita Bella, is our next question.
Okay.
Hi, can I get a reading? Will I meet V in person and soon make peace? Will he reach out to me? Okay, so I pulled a few relationship cards for you. Okay, Rita. And the first card I got for you, if you can see this, is the World. Okay, so this is a time to celebrate love, just to share your bliss with friends and family. Okay. This can also represent a wedding or an anniversary taking place. So this might be a place where you meet this person. It's going to be a place where there's a lot of supporting partnerships going on. In a wider sense, this could also set you out on an adventure or a goal. Okay, because it basically means the world is your oyster. She's setting out upon the world. Okay. Then the second card I got, and this is really interesting, and I was kind of wondering what the significance with the World was, because, okay, I'll just put it out there. It's the High Priest, okay? This is also a unity card. It's another marriage card. So it's all about joining two people together, okay? So I don't know what your relationship with V is, but I'm guessing that this could be, this normally represents an older man, someone that you respect, or an authority. And again, it could be an older masculine person as well, okay? But what this person does is they teach you about divine love. So when you're ready, you can open your heart to a future partner. Okay, so you're going to be learning a lot about divine love through this situation, is what I'm getting. And it's going to change the way you look at relationships from a moral and a more terrestrial moral viewpoint, if that makes any sense, okay? Because the priest is different than the high priestess. The high priestess uses her intuition, and the priest looks at the laws and order of this particular plane in which we can ascend. So you're going to learn a lot from this situation that will bring about spiritual developments and unity on your part. And then I got a really interesting card, okay? I got the Devil reversed. So don't let this scare you. Every time I pull the devil with someone new, they're like, "Oh my God, the devil!" Okay, it's not like that. What this means is there is a manipulative individual that is having an influence over you right now, and kind of clouding the way you see the situation. Okay, it's unlikely that this person has your interests at heart. Okay, because they're the devil and it's reversed. Okay, regardless of what they promised you or what they demanded, steel yourself against some powerful persuasion from this person, because they are not leading you down a good path. Okay, you have a very worldly, open, beautiful perspective. You also have high morals. Okay, but you got this guy creeping in. Okay, so that is what I'm seeing the block is with V. Okay, whoever this person is there is someone manipulating the situation and just basically giving you bad advice. Okay, and yeah, so steel yourself for that. And I know that Tanys is and Renata are gonna have more to add to this.
Tanys, we can't hear you, hon.
So I picked cards because I wanted to know what kind of relationship this was.
Mm-hmm.
So new love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Then I asked what kind of things were involved in all of this. Why is this coming up? There's religious factors that are influencing this. So that's that high priestess energy that Michelle was talking about. So this could be religion, or it could be, the morals and stuff that go along with that, right? The do unto others kind of thing is coming up for me. So I'm feeling like there's some of that involved. There's also some healing work that you need to do. Okay, so there's something that's influencing this. I'm not sure if it's you or him, but one of you needs to do some forgiveness work on your parents, like with your parents, because that is influencing it. So either that, or you, like Michelle was saying, there's like that bad advice that's coming in. It may be coming in from your parents in some way. And I don't know your situation, but it kind of feels like, the family traditions are kind of like those family religious traditions are kind of in the way in the relationship in some way. So you're getting that kind of advice. So I also got the child card. So your love life is being affected by children. I'm not sure whether this is children. It may be, but I think that it's more about that inner child work, doing the inner child work so that you're feeling strong enough to heal some of those family issues. Okay. So doing some of that is going to really help you to make peace with the rest of this. Okay. And then I asked just for a little bit of confirmation, because this card really jumped out at me, break the chain. So it says ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future, which was just confirmation of what some of the other cards were saying. So just work on some of your healing your family patterns, and watch out for that bad advice that may be coming from a family member. Okay. But heal some of the family drama is coming to mind. Heal some of the family drama within, because it's that inner child that's been affected. Doing some of that work will help you to make peace with because it's your patterns that are kind of in the way. And it may be his as well. Okay. And it's traditional value related in that way. So good luck.
All right, thank you for that, Tanys. All right, Bella. So here's, I got cards that are supportive of what Michelle and Tanys were telling you. I got this: honesty is essential. Okay, so I feel like these traditions that are being kind of put on you are keeping you from being honest both with yourself and the other people around you. So this card is telling me it's important for you to actually try to move that aside and just get to the inner truth of what's in your heart and to speak that truth. Okay? It says, but it says speak with love and truth. So you can speak that truth. You don't have to do it harshly. As Tanys always reminds us, you can be honest, but you don't have to be aggressive about it. Okay?
Compassion.
I think it's important for you to be honest both with yourself and with others. It's interesting. I also got this a time to walk alone card, because I think that that's actually supportive of you moving away from what these other people are telling you to do or think you should be doing, and just really kind of distancing yourself from all of that extraneous noise and going inward and just kind of, feeling out where you are, because that's the only thing that really matters. It's not about appeasing other people. It's not about pleasing everybody else. You know what's right for you, and you know what it is in your gut. You just have to kind of get out of your head a little bit and get out of all of this noise and, move inward, move into your gut, move into your heart. It's interesting because I also got this appreciate the moment. And I feel like this is just about being in gratitude about where you are and what you do have, and not forgetting to do that, because it's not like it's all bad news. I mean, you do have things to appreciate, and it's important to remember that. This is not really a negative thing. And this is how we grow. We don't always have to be connected to someone else. We don't always have to be in relationships. A lot of our growth happens while we are in solitude and in silence. So I feel like this is a really great time for that. And I also got this patience card for you. Okay, so you have to remember to be patient, because I always like to say this: the universe does not work on people time, right? It feels like you might want something to happen right now, but even if it doesn't, it's okay, because the universe knows better than we do. So things are going to work out the way they need to work out in the time that they need to work out. Even if it seems like, oh, I don't want to wait that long, but this is essential, and this is teaching you to have some patience. I want to see if there was anything, just kind of, just really take your time, enjoy. I actually got this like Dawn Watcher card too that jumped out at me, but I feel like it's really important. Like, enjoy the sunset, enjoy the sunrise, enjoy those kinds of things. Learn to appreciate those little things, rather than having to rely on judging yourself based on how a relationship with someone else is going. Because I don't know, those things are out of our hands, right? So it can get really dicey when we start judging ourselves based on that, or based on whether or not we are getting approval from other people, from our family, from our friends, etc. So yeah, I feel like that pretty much covers what we're talking about and kind of supports what Michelle and Tanys were saying to you. Hope that was helpful, Rita.
All right, Rita, thank you so much for joining us. All right, so we have quite a few more questions. Are we set to answer a couple more? Because we don't have another commitment?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
don't have another commitment tonight, so.
Yes, okay. All right, so let's see. Our next question, I'm scrolling up here. Hello is from Pearl Orr. Hi, Pearl. Good to see you from YouTube. Hello, I successfully negotiated a new job, but approval for the project seems to be taking so much longer than expected. Can you tell me if you see this working out? Okay, I would look at Saturn in your chart first off, because that's what I'm getting. Is look at where Saturn is in your chart, because that could be causing some blockages. And the first card that I actually got for you, Pearl, from Monte Barber's Karma Cards is Pisces. Okay, so your spiritual guides are holding this back for a reason. It's not ready yet. There is something that needs to take place in the other realms to get it ready. Have you ever heard of the term as above, so below? Everything that we do down here has an effect in the higher realms of consciousness. Okay, so there are still things being done in the higher realms of, you actually, what I'm getting is you might know this in your dream world. They might be trying to send you messages there. Okay, but there's something that needs to happen above before it can transmute below. Okay, so that's the main thing I'm getting. And then I got Taurus. So you will have the resources to complete approval for the project and moving forward. It might be transmuted or changed in a little bit, because there are some changes that need to happen on a more spiritual front. But it literally says the resources to maintain, and it says use the most direct way to get your methodology across. Taurus is the money card. Okay, so you will have the funding and the support necessary to stabilize the basis for this project moving forward. So know that there, even though there's a delay, it's for your own higher purpose and good. And then I said, okay, what's the delay? I got the career card, 10th house. So you're going through some career delays right now, but it's going to help you become a person of power and status in the long run. Okay, not all delays are a bad thing. It's kind of like, you miss the train and you meet a new opportunity is what I'm getting. I literally had a photo, like a picture of you at a train terminal, and you're running after the train and you miss it, but the next train is where you're supposed to be. Okay, so just have patience. Know that your guides are working on this for you, and that the resources to complete this and move forward will come. Okay, I hope that was helpful, Pearl.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I would say.
Tanys, before you get there, I just want to say, someone was saying they can't see the link to send us a donation.
I'll go ahead and put it there.
Yeah. Thank you. Go ahead, Tanys.
Awesome. Okay, so what I saw was simplify your life. So there's some stuff that needs to get simplified in what's going on behind the scenes. Okay, so in terms of I don't know if you can see the card. Michelle, can we put the cards up a
Oh,
little
sorry.
bit
I was
bigger?
sending the
please?
link that I
That's
got.
okay. No worries. No worries. We only have so many hands, you know. It's all good. It's all good. Okay. I cherish the simple pleasures in life. Okay. So you see she's like cleaning up. Like there's some debris that sort of needs to settle. Is what I'm getting around. And that may be, like Michelle was saying, in the other dimensions. It may not even be in this dimension, but just know that there's some of this cleaning happening behind the scenes, some maintenance stuff to simplify things. Okay. And but you know, you've already been planting the seeds, so we're just waiting for those to start to sprout. Seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul. So I do feel that it will come to fruition, because I also got embracing the future. And you see there's a door there. So that's a door of opportunity. So I do feel, and there's a person like walking through that door right there. I step into the future with an open heart. So just be open to receiving and know that the opportunity is coming. And I do feel that it may be a little bit different when it comes back to you, but I do feel that it's going to be positive, because I did get this card as well. So positive, justice and truth, right? Responsible, understanding. What else have we got on here? We have loyal, faith, leader, high morals, integrity, and inspirational. So I think what's happening is they're really doing their due diligence on whatever this project is behind the scenes, to make sure that when they do the approval, that it's going to fly well. Okay, so they're being responsible. I feel like that's what that's about. But it does say positive on the bottom, so I would say that it's a positive outcome. And yeah, so it's looking pretty good. So good luck with it.
All right, great, Tanys. Okay, so let me see. I just want to make sure that I drew quite a few. So I feel like Michelle was saying, I got this divination card, and this is meant to happen. There is a reason for it being delayed. And on here it says prophecy, fate, destiny, future fortune. So this is a really good card for you, but I think that, as Michelle was saying, the timing of it wasn't quite right. Again, the universe knows better than we do. So what you really need to do is to surrender to that. Okay, Pearl? I also feel like sometimes you tend to make things a little overly complicated. You build up this whole story in your mind. And I got the simplify card. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't get so lost in the story in your head that you build up that it's like becomes this really big deal, because it doesn't really. What is that one? Tanys?
Simplify your life.
Yep.
So there's your word for the day, is simplify.
Yep. Simplify. Yep. Definitely. Yeah. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't get lost in that hamster wheel in the head. Because things will happen as they will happen, and this is one of those things that's just outside of your control, and that's okay. There's also quite a bit of, it's interesting, I mean, Tanys, you were talking about like Merlin energy. I literally got like two like Merlin related cards that just jumped out, but this was the first card that I got was the secret, and it's there for a reason. It's being kept from you for a reason, and like Michelle was saying, there are things being done. Look at this insight, but this is magical tools. You know, this is like Merlin kind of energy. Stuff is happening for you in the other realm, and you know, it's magical tools, writing, star crafting.
I didn't know Merlin was an astrologer. That's so cool.
So Rachel, pay attention to that card.
Yeah,
I was seeing that for you too.
Yep. That one is a big one. And the last one that I got for you is the Secret of Camelot. Again, more secret stuff. Again, more Merlin energy and more secret stuff, more magic. There's definitely magic. You know, and going forward.
He's present tonight for sure.
Yeah, definitely. The authority of spirit. I feel like, it may, like Tanys was saying, it may not exactly look the way you were expecting it to look. So try to detach yourself from expectations, because it's going to come out the way that it's meant to come out. Maybe not necessarily the way that you imagine it. Okay, Pearl? Hope that was helpful.
I love that Merlin's coming out in the readings now. And I saw him literally looking at the stars and writing things down. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that.
card.
I didn't know Merlin was an astrologer. That's completely new to me. I learned something new today.
Oh yeah, he was a wizard, right? So he did all sorts of alchemy, and when you're doing magic, you're very focused on astrology and where the planets are, and because there's planetary magic. So he's very much into that.
And there are little stars on his gown.
Confirmed.
Rosie confirmed it. Now Pearl said, so wild. I had a few dreams about trains too. And last night I dreamt about a relative who had passed. Okay, well, pay attention to those dreams, Pearl. You've got a little psychic energy coming through.
Yes.
And then due diligence is very relevant to morals. Simplifying came out twice too. And then she's Pearl says, wow, magic energy, how interesting. And thank you so much. You're so welcome, Pearl. And Rosie really loved that reading. So 10 squeaks.
She's excited.
Rosie's going crazy for it.
You got 10 squeaks. Okay. All right. Mammy Tut, welcome from, let's see, YouTube. I'm going to go find our questions up here. Okay. So our next question is a relationship question. And it is, let me just give me a second to find it, from Anne. And Anne is, do you see a friendship for me and Bob, please? Okay. So I picked a few cards for you, Anne. And the first card I got was the Hermit reversed. Okay, which I get a lot of those because we've all been in quarantine for so long. This comes up all the time in readings, especially with relationships. And what this is telling me is there was a period of loneliness that needs to kind of be broken through, kind of getting out of the house a little more and getting into social situations. You're not going to be alone for too long, so know that. You're also recognize that the Hermit here is a loner. And he isolates himself by creating a physical distance between you or by over intellectualizing. So that's kind of the little bit of a block that I see in your relationship. Okay. But luckily, I get that things are on the move because then I got the Chariot upright. Okay. That's a good thing. So this shows that this can be driven forward. There is a lot of determination that can arise once you kind of get past that isolation, kind of over intellectualizing the situation block. Like just kind of get out of your head a little bit. A lot of us were forced into our heads because we were alone for a long time. But learning to kind of get out of that headspace and open yourself up to being willing to take a journey outside. Okay. This is a great time for action-driven pursuits and maybe even traveling, because notice that the Chariot, he's being driven by two horses here and he's traveling in a similar direction. So there might be a journey that you guys take together, which is really exciting. And it can move you forward in your relationship with each other. So I feel like maybe a trip or a journey or some kind of an outing is really going to kind of break through the isolation and help you blossom in your union together. Okay. All right. I hope that was helpful. And I know Tanys and Renata have got a lot of great things to say.
Tanys, I can't hear you.
So sorry. So I got very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And Michelle brought that up as well. So very soon. Okay. I also got forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in the present moments. So when I looked at this card, I don't know what Bob looks like, but this gentleman here was kind of talking to me. So there's a lot of sadness there. Like he's got some healing to do. He's got some forgiveness work to do in this situation. There's like, see the ghosts of the past in the clouds there. You can see like people. There's like, I feel like there's some past relationships for him, or I'm not even sure if it's this life or past lives even, that need some healing work. Once he learns how to do that, then it's going to bring a more positive outcome. Okay, so then it says, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. See how she's like almost giving an offering with that? So it's being open to give and receive love. You both need to be open to give and receive before that can come to fruition for you. Okay. But I feel like there's some, when Michelle said something about intellectualizing, and that's him. Like, if you look at him in this picture, he's like deep in thought. So he's really, I feel like he's like, there's something in there that he's like really ruminating about. It's like a fear or something that he needs to release before he can go forward. It was interesting that this was like, he was talking to me like this, because I don't normally like read the other person. I usually read your energy. But he was really talking to me in here. Like, this guy's expression was very much about Bob for me. So very much like a thinker, a big heart, like he's supporting her in there, right? So I do feel like that there's that compassion and that sort of thing. And it is a possibility. Just patience would be what I would say. It's coming soon. Clearly decide whether that is what you want. Hey, Rosie.
Hi,
Rosie.
Hi, baby.
So yes, so I do feel that it is a positive response. Just that there's a bit of healing on his part. Be patient with him. Support him through that. Show compassion, and yeah, I think it'll end up working out. So stay positive. Okay.
Hi, Anne. Okay, so it's interesting. So intuitively, I'm also picking up like there's some heaviness in him. And like there's just something that he needs to work through. Now, interestingly, I got the spiritual connection card, and I do feel like you guys have a spiritual connection and you have past life connections too. It wasn't necessarily always romantic. I feel like you've played a variety of different roles, but and not always like ridiculously close to each other, but you've been in each other's spheres, if that makes sense. So yeah, there is definitely a connection there, but he's got some things that he needs to work through. So I got this be supportive card. I feel like that's kind of like your main role right now in his life. Try to be as supportive as you can. Make a genuine effort to show you care. And also this actions speak louder than words card. Actually, it's just actions speak loudly. It says express your love through actions, because we know that men usually are very action oriented. And so when you show them love through action, they sometimes are able to receive it a lot better than through language or trying to tell them. They might kind of close off, but when you're doing it through, I don't know, cooking them a meal or something, then that's received very differently. And he might be able to receive that a lot better than you trying to express it verbally, basically is what that's saying. And like Tanys was saying, like the ladies were talking about, right now is a time for you're actually, this is a time of empowerment, and I feel like you're actually serving as the catalyst of that empowerment for him. Okay. Let me see here. And I got this bringer of change card. I feel like you're a bringer of change into his life, if he allows for it. But that's what you're meant to be in his life. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Okay, Anne. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you for your question.
Check out his love language. If you haven't read the book about love languages, there's something to do with one of the love languages in there. It's like he's speaking a different language from what you've been. And so that's going to help you to understand where he's at.
I feel like that the actions portion is like, that's what it really is that because she's trying to come at him one way, but he shuts that down.
Yeah.
And so maybe if you can shift more into what, like Tanys was saying, his love language is, then maybe he can kind of receive and open up to receiving a little bit, But remember, don't do that to your own detriment either. Make sure you're taking care of yourself, because I feel like you can have a tendency to shift a little bit more into, I'm trying to take care of this person, or I'm trying to do this for that person, but make sure that you have enough to give, right? So take care of yourself too. Be careful with that.
Yeah.
Yes. And Rosie's love language is physical touch and quality time. So,
and
lots and lots of pets and scratches.
Oh, yes,
treats.
she loves her squishies. Yes, she does. And she wanted to come up here for the readings. Okay, she's not squeaking, so there you go. All right, so we have one more question from Miss Isabel. And hi, Isabel. May I ask any messages I need to hear at this time? Thank you. And then, okay, so the first thing I got for you, Isabel, I'll have Rosie hold it up. Okay, is the Strength card. Okay. All right, and this is a really important card, which is what this tells me is you're really pushing through something right now. Notice that she's kind of knocking over the pillar there. You know, she is literally dismantling something to make room for something new. And what I'm getting from this is that there is a side of you that you're going to have to kind of release. It's kind of like I've seen this with women that, you know, whose children are trapped under cars and they're able to just lift up the car from like pure adrenaline. I'm getting that there's a wild side of you that needs to be released to kind of handle the situation that you're in right now. And kind of tapping into that and then transmuting it into something that helps move you forward, I think is really going to help you. I'm trying to think, I'm getting a lot here. I'm also getting that you're being tested in some way. And that you need to go for restraint and not retaliation. Okay. There's an internal conflict going on. And you're torn between two courses of action right now. And one of them appeals to that more wild side, and the other one appeals to something that you feel threatened is going to overpower you. So there's a balance that needs to happen. So then I asked my karma cards, and I got Uranus. So something unexpected is either come your way or is going to come your way. And it's really changed the way that you view your world as a whole. What Uranus does, this planet, is it strikes lightning into our daily lives. It's about to square Saturn on the 24th. And what that does is it causes like a revolution inside of us. It's an internal revolution that then expands out into the collective. And it brings forth necessary change that is needed in order to develop our species on a soul and vibratory level. Okay. And there are a lot of, I don't want to say evil, but yeah, forces at work. But what those are doing is forcing us to, and you included, to build the strength that you need in order to combat them. Okay. It's kind of like a truck. I know that, you know, trucks full of cod, the way that they keep the cod fresh is they put a couple of catfish in there, which is their natural predator, and it gets them moving so that they're not all mushy by the time they get to their location. You know, it's kind of a weird thing, but catfish have a role too. They keep us on our toes and they build our strength and our resolve. Okay. So then I got Scorpio. Okay. You're going through a process of transformation, like a snake's shedding its skin. So expect a lot of transformation to come your way, but know that it's for your good because it is going to bring out a side of you that you did not really see. I'm not getting that it's a phoenix moment. I'm getting that it's a shedding of the skin. You're shedding something old to make way for something new. Okay. I hope that makes sense. And I know that Tanys and Renata are going to have a lot to add to that.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, my cards totally agree with you. You're emerging into grace. I open my soul to grace. So there's been this time of she's sleeping, right? So it's like you've been in this time where you're tired, and there needs to be change. And so it's going to be happening. The next one I had was renewing your life, boxes again. And the one after that was a happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. Okay. And this movement will usher in positive new energy. So that's why it is something that needs to happen. There is a change of houses. And again, you've got, I think whatever clutter is happening, you've got box here for clutter, but I think there's also that internal clutter that needs to be cleared out. And by changing either your living quarters or your work, I think that's going to help to move forward into a different energy. And I think that's going to help to bring more love into your life as you go forward. Okay, so this one says new romance is imminent, either with a newcomer or through reignited passion with your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love. So when I looked at this card, I felt like that it wasn't quite, it's not really about romance for you, even though it says it is. For me, this came out and it was about bringing love into your life. Okay, and that means like from all different kinds of love. So it's about this change is going to usher in new love, meaning more love into your life in terms of your well-being. So love is actually a really high vibration emotion, one of the highest. And so as you're doing this change, you are going to be emerging into grace to bring more love into your life, more of that high vibe energy. So this change is going to be really good for you, but it is coming. Okay. It feels like, excuse me, it feels like it's coming fairly quickly for you in the next little bit. Okay. So yeah, but know that it is for you, not to you. Okay. It is coming for you, for your experiences. You are going to be emerging into grace. Okay. Hope that's helpful.
Thank you, Tanys. Okay, Isabel. So I got this Mount Shasta card for you. And I feel like, so like the ladies were talking about, it's about stepping into something new, but it's also stepping into your true self. So it's kind of a closed circle in a way, right? It's really about rediscovering who you always knew you were. And there's also like a star seed connection there. So you may be connected to some interesting beings. I also got the Infinite card, and I feel like you need to remind yourself that the soul is really infinite and never ending. Okay, and this is an ongoing process, and our growth is an ongoing process, and we come back here many times over to evolve and to learn these lessons. And for some reason, that feels really important for you to remind yourself, because I feel like it's almost like you're getting a little bit lost in like, what's the point? Why are we really here? I'm not really feeling the meaning behind all this, but there is some deep, deep meaning. And I know you know that, but sometimes it starts to feel like, oh, I don't know, times are so tough and why is this really happening? But, trust that there is a reason for all of it. We're just not meant to know why it's happening, like all of the details, and all of that information is not meant for us to discover while we're on this plane. We can only see little bits and pieces, okay? I also got this, it's a time for you to assess, okay? I don't know if you can really see the imagery there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a time for you to assess, and it's a little hard to see here, but it's about being like in nature. And with that together, I also got the stillness card. So it's a time to be still and reassess and really go inward, okay, and connect to your inner self. And also I got this card, the courage card. I feel like, you need to kind of just give yourself permission to go forward into just kind of connecting to yourself, but do it with courage. Don't hesitate. Just allow yourself permission to step into that place with courage, okay? Trying to feel out if there's anything else of significance there. But yeah, I feel like, it's just something that, like, in your gut, like you get those sensations, and that's there for a reason. So just have a lot of courage when you try to connect to that. And don't let your brain dispel any of the messages that are coming through, because it's easy for us to get lost in our brains and them telling us, oh, this is not real, I'm just making this up, because you have those intuitive gut hits and they are there for a reason. Okay, so just trust that, Isabel. Hope that was helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Isabel, I'm so glad we were able to get to you. Now, just to let everybody know, we don't normally go this long because we have other things that we do in the evening, but we did stay a little longer because we didn't have another engagement. Anne says, ladies, it was very kind of you. Thank you and happy holidays. Happy holidays to you too, Anne. We're
Thank you,
so glad
Anne.
we were
Same to
able
Thank
to be
you.
helpful. And Pearl says, thank you so much. You're so welcome, Pearl. Thank you for joining us today. And Jim says, guest appearance by Miss Rosie. Yay. Yes, Miss Rosie. You spelled her name right, too. And
Awesome.
cute Rosie. Yes, yes. Rosie's the star. You know, we're just here for the readings. She's the.
She's
We're
still
just
good.
along. We're just along for the ride.
Exactly. Okay. So, hi, Rada. Welcome. We're actually signing off. And we hope that you all join us again next week. Again, we went over today so that we could get to all of your questions. And again, you're welcome to tip for the holidays. That would be great, as we need these funds to keep the show going. It helps pay the bills because these platforms and services that we offer are not free for us. So we would appreciate any of your help to keep this going. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off and just wish you. And, oh, Tanya, thank you. She says, amazing job, ladies. Thank you, Tanya.
Thank you, Tanya.
Love you. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and sign off, but we just wish you the best holiday season. Again, I'm Michelle Marie with Astrological Tarot.
I'm Tanys with Twillow Lifestyle Community, wishing you a wonderful, safe, and healthy season.
And I'm Renata, readings by Renata. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season as well. We're sending you love vibes and health and prosperity and all the best wishes for the new year. Thank you guys for being here.
All right. Well, thank you so much again, and we hope you have a happy holiday. Love to you all. Thank you.